Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. So, we are going to continue here where we left off. I mean, that's one way to get them on your side, just insult them. So how's he gonna explain away getting $4 extra or whatever that currency was when he was only supposed to get 16? Alright, what have we got here? But it's just... Okay, so he marked up his prices. Wow, okay, so this is not the first time. Alright, well there's one contradiction, which I didn't really take much stock in that one anyway. The other one's the much more important one. The thing is, if we press too much... Okay, well, let's press this, I guess, because I feel like of all the statements, this is the weakest one, so let's try pressing this one. What is that? I just got a weird pop-up on the thing that I'm using to play this. Anyway. Okay, wait, what? Why would you see it from the skylight? Isn't that like a major blunder? Aren't you saying that you were inside? Alright, well, let's hope that gets added to the testimony. Well, let's question him about this. I mean, that's what he said. Well, I'm gonna say it could have happened, maybe. That feels like the way to get info out of him. I don't know. We can always do it again if this doesn't glean us anything. Okay, well that's a clear contradiction, so there we go. I do feel somewhat bad about not pressing everything because there could be some like fun dialogue in there, but now that we found out that pressing things can potentially cause the jurors to change their verdicts, I'd prefer not to do that. Unless it's like, it seems like it's what we're supposed to do, you know? So, let's use the defendant's gloves here. Clearly only one of them is covered in blood. Although, honestly, like, it wouldn't be that far-fetched to say that you just assumed that both hands were covered in blood, just from seeing one of them, right? Because, I mean, you can only see the inside of one hand, and if you see the inside of that hand's covered in blood, then you might assume the inside of the other hand is also covered in blood. I don't know. It's just one of those natural assumptions that you would generally make, so I wouldn't even, like, be too upset if they let this slide as, like, no, I just misspoke, I guess. I mean, it works for us, but I don't think this is gonna go so smoothly. It's also possible that he really did see somebody stained with two hands full of blood. I guess we could do that. Yeah. We probably do want to go that direction for now, but I don't think he's going to end up being the killer. I mean, yeah, we pretty much have to prolong the trial, I guess. Alright, so this would be it. Yeah, I mean, it is a motive. Okay, so in terms of motive, right now, I think that fair play has the biggest motive. In terms of opportunity, I think Beppo had the most opportunity to actually commit the crime. But then in terms of, like, suspicion, I feel like Ladyfirst here, he potentially could have intentionally caused the victim's hat to obscure his eyes in that way. So, I don't know, all three of them are suspicious in different ways right now. We really need more info to really make a clear decision here. Also, Fairplay mentioned that he saw McGundle because of his small frame, and Beppo is the only other person here with a small frame, so again, that makes him probably the most suspicious, but there's something at the back of my mind thinking maybe somehow this guy did something. I don't know. I have no idea how that would even begin to make sense right now, but right now, Beppo is our probably most suspicious person. Alright. I think he's second-guessing himself because he's not sure and he's kind of intimidated, but I think he really did see something. Are you gonna say that he wasn't wearing gloves? Hmm. I mean, yeah, that means that somebody switched up the gloves at the very least, so... This is looking good for us, but I don't know. Hmm. Except his hands weren't soaked in blood, so you saw something else. Alright, well, let's do it. I don't I don't know quite what we're looking for here. They're both stained with blood. Didn't see the instant the defendant stabbed the victim. This is something we'll definitely want to press on, I think. And also this. Okay, so. Let's go with this. And that's pretty much what we saw, sir. I mean, that's pretty much what we imagined he was gonna say. The only thing I'm wondering is, if they brought him into custody right after that ride, you would think that they would know whether his hands were covered in blood or not. They would also be able to identify blood on the inside of the gloves. Okay, hold on. Alright, I just needed to look back at that last line. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to press that, but that's okay. Unless he wasn't actually driving. Well, I think they're hinting there that he didn't necessarily need to be paying attention and awake the entire time while he was, I guess, at the wheels, so to speak. Because obviously, you know, the horses are gonna do most of the work after a while, right? They probably memorize the route as much as he does, so... Then again, I don't know that at all. We've got that we can press. We've also got this. And we might as well just press everything at this point. Alright, so let's press this, I guess. Well, this isn't really about what you imagine, this is about what you saw, so... Alright, well, yeah, that really has nothing to do with us. So... I guess we press this, that's the only thing left. Okay. You know, I wonder if maybe... This is kind of crazy, but what if... Mr... What's his face here? Hold on, what was his name? Beppo. What if he took Magundal, who was sleeping inside the carriage, right? And then he had him... They just kind of switched top hats or whatever. And he had him just kind of, sleep at the... never mind, this doesn't work at all. Hold on, yeah, never mind. But in terms of people who who could lock the door. I would think it would only be Beppo. And, also, assuming, Mortar was already inside, as well as McGundle, they could have done it as well, but I would think that the only person who would, like, have an interest in locking the door would be the killer. And right now I think that's Beppo, so I don't know. You know, that may be wrong depending on where they were sitting. We really don't know where they were sitting, right? So, hold on. I'm assuming they were sitting here, based on the little image that we got before. But it's possible they were sitting here. I don't know. Oh, and I guess this is where the driver sits? Okay. That would explain how he could see through the skylight. Alright. Well, there's a few different places. Okay, so this is where, the victim was seated. And that's where they supposedly both saw them, so if they were here, seeing them like this, then that means whoever was here, they would not be able to see, in theory. But it might also want me to point right here, because this seat opens up and somebody could have hidden in there. So, I don't know, this is kind of complicated because... Well, anyway, let's just go here, because... Yeah. Because I think I'm on the right track with that. Okay, never mind. I mean... I guess it's because they haven't told us where they were seated, so... Like, the angle and all that, I don't know. Like, it's possible they could have just been moving all around, not really staying in one place, I guess. Alright. Okay, there's this, and then there is the back of the ladder, I guess, which I don't know. That seems a bit of a stretch to me. But anyway, let's go with this. Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me actually check the omnibus real quick. Oh, I had it backwards. Okay, well, now we have the same problem, where I'm not sure... Okay, hold on. Okay, so they were actually sitting there, which means that they were there and they would have seen him like this. Okay, that makes more sense. That means that they wouldn't have seen this. But do I say inside there? Well, the fact that he says hidden completely, yeah, I'm gonna go with there. And in theory, even if I'm wrong about it being inside the drawer, like inside the little opening, even if I'm wrong about that, it should still count as me pointing at the right seat, so... Hopefully this works this time. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it's just the seat. It's not like he hid under it or anything. Yeah. Okay, so that was my bad. I should have actually checked the direction that he was sitting. It's just I had the whole thing backwards the entire time. Okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy. I was at least on the right track there. I did think it was weird that they were like that they would be like right here and then looking like turning their heads around backwards to look over here. I did think that was kind of weird, but yeah, this makes a lot more sense. I lost 2 points for that, but that's okay. Well, I think I might be prepared to name this person. Let me just, save real quick. I don't know why I'm saving. I'm not gonna save scum, but... I think I do. If we go with everything we've figured out right now, I do know. I can name both people, I'm pretty sure. Right here, it was probably McGundle sitting in the blind spot, and Beppo was probably the one they saw. That's what I'm going with for now. Until proven otherwise. Nice. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe all this, like, fire and stuff, maybe that's all, like, Holy Church power. Like, because Great Britain and the Church of England and all that. I don't know. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. That's exactly the point. So far, so good. Alright, now here's the hard part. Here's where we actually throw out our theory. The only person who could have been the third party. The only person with a small frame who could have left where they were without anybody noticing. Okay, so this might actually end up being important testimony depending on whether our Hatter here is the culprit or not. And of course, he doesn't want us to know that, potentially. He did because he was sleeping. I mean, yeah, we could just ask him. Because you think he's just gonna lie and say that there was a third person. But I don't think he will. I think he's gonna tell us the truth and say that he did not see any third person because he was asleep the entire time. I don't think it would be that useful, but I do think that we probably want it to happen for the trial. So, let's do that. Yeah, let's request it. I like how the foreman is like the most indecisive person there when they're... The whole point of them is that they're supposed to be the most decisive person there. I mean, you were ready to throw him under the bus earlier just because he's a debt collector. I hope that he doesn't try and pretend that this person exists. Wait, what? Okay, why? Is it gonna end up being one of the jurors or something? No, that makes no sense because he wouldn't know that they're gonna be a juror before when he's being interrogated by the police, so... Okay, so you think this person's innocent. Okay, so we've got an innocent youth, I guess. Well, maybe this will buy us another day in court. Because for now, I think I'm actually gonna believe him and say that this person probably is innocent. But that really complicates things, because that means my whole Beppo theory that just completely falls apart. I guess they would have to be like a stowaway. Well, that was unexpected. Okay. That's not how I expected this trial to go. Well, naturally, we're gonna keep going. Yeah, we'll also save. I have a couple of theories on who it might be, but I feel like those theories are based on like things from the promotional artwork and stuff that I shouldn't know about yet. And also, I don't know. But like, remember that Sherlock Holmes had some pretty high-tech stuff, and like a smoke grenade sounds like some high-tech stuff, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's somebody involved with him who is providing him with high-tech stuff, and maybe that person is the same person. I mean, he did say innocent young girl, so... I don't know what exactly they were going for there. Like, was he trying to spur that on by saying that they were watching in the gallery? I don't know. Hmm. Okay, well, it's not who I thought it was then. Wait, who was? Hold on. Oh, Mr. McGundle. So he was summoned to the prosecutor's office to be pressed for information. Alright. I feel like it would be way too obvious if it were her, though. I don't think she's gonna end up being guilty. The problem is she throws a complete wrench in everything that we've tried to figure out so far. Because if she was a witness to what was going on, then that changes a lot of things. But if she was hiding underneath McGundle's seat, then that's different. I don't think they're a customer per se. Alright. Alright, what have we got here? If it ends up somehow being Nicomina again, I highly doubt it, but that would just be ridiculous. Okay, it's not her, I don't think. At least as far as I can tell. Is it? Come to think of it. It could be. Hold on. Let's see her face. That'll be the determining factor. have kind of a crazy theory that I don't want to talk about just yet, but if this turns out to be who I think it is, or who it potentially might be, then that theory is going to start looking a lot more likely, I think. Okay, that would be mortar. Okay, wait, what? They were... Where was she? She was... the area where the scream had come from, so we don't know that yet. So we're gonna have to press for that detail. Alright, let's see. Okay, we'll ignore those for now. You check the area where the scream had come from. We need to know what that area was, or where that was. Yeah, so she was hiding in there. So that doesn't really throw too much of a wrench in everything, because now we know exactly how she could have missed what was going on there. So actually, our theory still works. Yeah, we've seen that trunk already. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and press this one. And before we do anything else... Okay, we actually can't... We can't switch to her right now. Alright. Alright. Okay, so you only awoke after everything had already finished, which makes sense. Although if you heard a scream, then you would think... Actually, no. I was gonna say, you'd think he heard the scream from up above, but then that wouldn't make sense, because then they would have had to... It would have had to have been the scene that they saw, where they looked inside the skylight and saw the person with the blood-covered hands. So yeah, it must be soundproof or something. Like, they can't hear a scream coming from in there. I don't think so. That wouldn't line up. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. And that would be when he got blood on his hands, right? Okay, and he said he was on the floor? Hold on. Helped him up and sat him on the seats. Okay, so that lines more up with what Beppo claims to have seen before, even though he says now that he didn't see anything, so I don't know. But it's strange that he doesn't think that this girl is guilty. I don't know. I would think that if I was in his position, I would immediately assume that she was, so... Either he has some kind of history with her, or something. I don't know. Okay. Her facial structure and hair color are very, very similar to Nikamina's, and her age lines up about right too, so... Okay, wait, hold on. Did you just say that you gave her your top hat? No, that... You didn't say that, so... Maybe she was wearing something different at the time? I don't know. They are kind of about the same height, I guess. Gina Lestrade. That's another Sherlock Holmes reference. Interesting. Because there is a character in that. I believe he's a detective named Lestrade, so... It's a good thing I at least read some of Sherlock Holmes before playing this. Okay, well that's very different from being innocent. Alright, let's get a good look at her. I feel like the only reason she might not be showing herself is because it's actually Nikamina in disguise. I don't know. She tries to run away just by blasting the judge, as if there aren't bailiffs. Okay, that definitely could be Nikamina. I don't know. And now that we get another good look at her, I'm thinking maybe... Hold on. Okay, a young pickpocket witnessed the murder while she lay in hiding. It seems the defendant found her after the crime occurred. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna give my big theory right now. We did not see Giselle Brett's face, and her like hair was kind of like orangish, but I feel like that could have been part of the hat or like a wig or disguise. So I feel like maybe she might actually be following us around disguised as like these various girls in all these cases. Like, Maybe first she took the place of Nikomina and disguised as her somehow, and she was the one who killed what's his name? Our best friend there. Because otherwise his death was pretty anticlimactic. I also believe she might be the same person here, because I don't know, she looks pretty similar in terms of like facial structure and hair color, but obviously her expression is different. It sounds like she's kind of acting, I guess. I don't know. It's possible I could be reading way too much into this, and it could just be the same, a completely different character. I don't know. Okay, so this is just gonna be a thing. We're just gonna get blasted at by various chemicals, I guess. Or colored smokes. Maybe I just don't know British accents well enough, but like, I'm having a hard time like picking up a read on what her voice is even supposed to be like. Like, I can't tell if she's like, I don't know what the various different dialects are called, but I don't know. She sounds like a combination of a whole bunch of them. Well, alright then. Okay, so I think we're gonna check this witness testimony out next time. So until then, take care, and I will see you then.